Most people don't need motivation. They need discipline. All right? Motivation is emotional. Discipline is systemic. Motivation is driven by mood, inspiration, energy levels, and external stimuli. These fluctuate daily. Discipline is a system of predefined behaviors executed regardless of emotional state. All right? So when you're disciplined, it doesn't matter how you feel. We're doing it. Doesn't matter if it's raining. We're running. All right? So let's be disciplined. Let's not depend on motivation. Because you look out there and it's raining, guess what we tend to do? Let's get right back in that bed. All right, coach has done it. All right, I'm not above this. That's why I'm giving you this advice. You got that? So let's not go off for feelings. Feelings are fickle. You got that? Discipline creates consistency, and consistency drives results. Meaningful results, whether in business, fitness, writing, or personal development, are the product of repeated execution over time, not sporadic bursts of effort. All right? So what are you saying, coach? Shooting free throws. Side note, there was a story of Kobe. It's early in his career. The reporter, he missed 2 free throws to lose the game. So he's sitting at the end of the bench, and the reporter asked him, were you sad that you missed the shots? And he looks at the reporter and says, sad that I missed the shot? He said, I'm trying to figure out how I missed. What did I do to miss? You got that? So emotions has nothing to do with it. Feelings has nothing to do with it. You should do something so much that you can't miss, to where you already know why you missed, if you do. You got that? Good. So let's be disciplined. Number 3, discipline reduces decision fatigue. Motivation requires constant internal negotiation. You gotta go back and forth with yourself when you're trying to motivate yourself. Oh, let me do this. Oh, try to have the hype videos. It's not gonna work all the time. All right, coaches. I enjoy hearing the hype videos. I enjoy the chants. It's great. Doesn't do much once the whistle blows. You got that? Discipline does, though. All right. Do I feel like doing this today? What coach was just saying? Shoot, feelings. Most of us don't feel like going to practice. The greats go to practice because we need to go to practice. They know they need to be at practice, and we look forward to going there and learning the process and getting better at the process. The great ones do. All right. Should I wait until I'm in the right mindset? You'll be waiting until your hair grows long as Rapunzel. All right. If you're trying to figure out if you should be going and doing it at the right time, don't wait. Don't put off anything for tomorrow that you can do today. All right. Discipline eliminates this friction by pre-deciding behaviors. So when you're disciplined, guess what you're doing? The night before, you already got your bags packed. You already got your pre-workout set. You already got your shoes. You're ready for the next day. There's no excuse. Rain, sleet, or snow, like the post office. We're going to practice. You got that? That's what discipline does. You act because it's scheduled, expected, or standard, not debated. The greats, this is a standard. Not backing off of it. All right? This preserves cognitive energy for higher value decisions. So what are you saying, coach? So instead of spending that energy and that mental effort of, oh, do I want to go to practice? Should I be at practice yet? No. Now we're using that energy on focusing on the process, tuning in, and working the drill. You got that? Cool. Number 4, discipline builds identity, not just outcomes. Discipline reinforces self-trust. Each discipline action proves you can rely on yourself. Over time, behavior shapes identity. I am someone who does what needs to be done. In one of my previous videos, I talked about riding a bike, 10 miles a day. That took discipline. That took dedication. That took want to, because I had a goal in mind. I had an identity that I wanted to set for myself. All right. I didn't know it at the time. I just didn't want to be late. But after the fact, a lot of my coworkers came to me and they told me how that they didn't have there's no way they could have ridden a bike for 10 miles, 3 months straight. All right. But who are you? What are you willing to do for the game? Number 5, motivation is reactive. Discipline is proactive. Motivation often depends on external validation, inspiration from others, and short-term excitement. That's why motivation is not reliable. Discipline is internally governed. It's all on you. You do the work before you feel ready, inspired, or confident. All right? It's all on you. So most of the work is going to be done all up in the mind. Way before we get to practice, guess what? You should be already in practice in your mind. You should already be going over what you should envision. You should be envisioning what you're going to do. You should be envisioning what you're going to say. You should be envisioning how you're going to stand. You got that? Not just showing up and flying by the seat of our pants, so to speak. All right? Professionals operate on discipline. Amateurs wait for motivation. Professionals operate on discipline. Amateurs wait on motivation. Decide which one you are now. Number 6, discipline carries you through resistance and plateaus. Every long-term pursuit includes boredom, doubt, slow progress, and setbacks. You got that? That's everybody. Every pursuit. You're going to have boredom, doubt, slow progress, and setbacks. If you rely on motivation, you're going to quit and tap out. All right? Motivation typically collapses. All right? That's what I'm saying. When those things pop up, when those 4 things pop up, and you're relying on motivation, you're going to tap out. You're going to find an excuse to get out of the way. Discipline is what carries you through the middle, the phase where most people quit. I'm telling you, when you're disciplined, you're going to be able to get inside your head and say, this is a part of the game. This is supposed to happen. Now, what do you do with this? I typically ask my athletes, what is the difference between responding and reacting? All right? Reacting is a lot of emotions. Responding, we're thinking it through. Always respond. Got that? So we're going to end it with this. Motivation starts the engine. Discipline keeps the vehicle moving. Systems determine the destination. One more time. Motivation starts the engine. Discipline keeps the vehicle moving. Systems determine the destination. Take that with you. Do something with it. I'll talk to you later.